Hey guys, so today what I'm doing is I'm making a Dunkelweizen, but I'm going to add a little twist to it. I'm going to add spruce tips along with the hops. This will be my second batch of spruce tips beer. I learned that from Dr. Hans from Stockholm, and his looked good and mine turned out great. My first batch, it was 8%, a little cloudy, but had kind of like a citrusy, woodsy, just great flavor. So I've got one more batch of spruce tips. If no one knows what those are, this is what they look like. And you can only harvest them once a year in late spring when the spruce trees are in bloom. So what I did was I harvested about oh 18 ounces of them. I vacuum sealed them and put them in my freezer. So my first batch I used about 240 grams, and that was on a saison, which turned out great. And what I have left is about 187 grams, or almost 6 ounces, give or take. It depends on how your metric is. My metric's not real good, but yeah, about 187 grams of spruce tips. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up, drain it, and get ready for the boil, 1 hour boil. So I'm going to have to put you on pause while I do this, just in case I spill it. I don't want to have a video of it. So, but I'll be right back. Thanks. Okay, so I didn't spill it, as you can see. I'm letting it drain. I'm gonna sparge it once it starts to drain some more. This is kind of a different kind of recipe because you sparge your grain with the mash. So I gotta let it drain down, and then I'm gonna sparge it with about 2.5 gallons of the mash. So it'll have to drain again. I have it set at 169 degrees. It actually said 170, so I'm good there. And then when I get ready to start the boil, I'll press start again. We'll see you. Oh, and cheers. Okay, so it's drained off a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and start the sparge and get this over with so I can get the boil done, because the boil is going to take an hour. So I may have to merge these couple videos together. But if you can see this, that's the Dunkelweizen. It's got a wonderful color, nice fresh wheat smell to it. So I'm going to sparge it, start the sparge. It said 2.5 gallons, so I'm going to have to do probably at least 4 of these big cups that I have for measuring, for it to be close enough. There we go. Yeah, look at that. How's that for a dark Weizen, Dunkelweizen? Pretty good. I don't want to bore you, so I'm going to pause this. Okay, so this is the last batch of this sparge water for the grains. But one thing I did notice is the beer, the mash has gotten considerably darker by me doing this. Look at it now. Look how dark that is. Yep. So maybe that's the secret behind this recipe, because it's definitely working. So what I'd like to do now, while we're waiting on this sparge to finish, is I want to give a plug to my local hop shop, Pickled Peppers Hop Shop in Okanagan, Washington. My buddy Tyson over there, he's really turned that whole thing into a premium brewery supply shop. He's got everything that you could possibly need. I got this Brewer's Edge mash and boil from him. I used to work on a propane burner outside on my deck. I love my deck, so I'm still working out here. But I have this. The Brewer's Edge mash and boil is, I think, one of the best. So, Pickled Pepper Hop Shop, you can get anything you want from them. They're in Okanagan, Washington. And Dr. Hans, I'll send you some of this if you give me your address. I'll bottle it up for you. I'm going to keg it. I'm going to put it into Firmzilla, because I got a Firmzilla now too because of you and Tyson. And I'm going to do it under CO2, and I'm going to burn it. I'm going to heat it up to about 86 degrees. So hopefully fermentation will be done in about 2 days or so. And then keg it up under CO2 pressure. Should be good to go. So you guys are great brewmasters. You got me converted. Yep. So I'm going to pause this now again so that I'll let this drain and not bore you guys to death. Oh, cheers. Okay, so we're back. Everything's drained. Just about ready to boil. It's about 190 degrees. Just about ready to boil. So I'm going to go ahead and set my timer. I like using this. This is called a hop spider. It's much better than hops bags. It's a really fine stainless steel mesh, and it hangs right on the side of your mash and boil. And you pour everything in there, and you sit it down in there, and that's where the magic begins with this beer. So, like I said, these are my spruce tips. So I'm going to add my spruce tips first. And of course, just like everything with your beer, you got to sanitize everything. You don't want to ruin a whole batch of beer just because you skipped a step and you got lazy or you forgot to do it, or you can come up with 1,000 different reasons why. Been there, done that. So I added my spruce tips first. Now I'm going to add my hops on top, but I'm going to put it in there first so that I get the dust from the hops pellets, and I don't waste it on my table. It'll go straight into my beer. This is BSG, what is it, Hallertau Blank, 8.8 alpha acid. It's pretty good hops. It's got the flavor profile on it is pineapple, gooseberry, white grape, and fresh lemongrass. I got lemongrass growing over my garden. I use that for drinks all the time. It's really good with a gin and tonic, or a gin and ginger. I like gin and gingers. But so I added my spruce tips, added my hops, and then the only thing left now is to set my timer for an hour, let this boil off, and it'll be great. And then what I'll do next, because I'm going to pause it again because I don't want to bore you guys, I'm going to put it through my wort cooler and fill up my Firmzilla. Show you how to do that. Oh, and by the way, you can get all this from Pickled Pepper Hop Shop. Just so you know, Okanagan, Washington. pphs.pub is their site. And no, I'm not a sponsor. They don't promote me. I'm just, it's a really good brewer supply store. So I do what I can for the local guys, because the local guys keep me in beer. Cheers.